This one. Nice. Let's go. Live coding that remember. Yes. There we go. Okay, what do we have here? We have just done this one. Make offer model connect. Yes. Show recently listed sorting. That was something people wanted. But how the heck do I do that? How do I sort it like that? I can sort it based on the UUID of the no, wait, what? Because Beast Market. Like, let's see. Hey, sweet. Nice to see you. Let's see. So the sale collection, yeah, we don't have sale resources anymore. So it's a little bit difficult to see like what's the newest listing. Because when you create a listing, do I actually have anything that we could use? Like list something for sale, you have token price, I just add it like here. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea like how we'll be able to see recent listings. So I would have to work with Graphel and oh hey, generous kid. Welcome. Oh god, I need to make a sheet now because I can't remember everyone who attends. Otherwise, live coding participants. There's so many. Live coding 13. So out of the people we have like Hickey came in, right? Like Raven. We have White Falcon. We have Sweet. Like we have Generous Kid. Oh haha, yes. Cool, nice. I'll make sure that I have that sheet, so I won't forget to make the float. Yeah, how do I do that? Yeah, I can't do this one yet. Recently, that kind of sucks because someone wanted it. But I have nothing to show. How would I know? The only way would see the event, like when they listed the date. Otherwise, I would have to change the whole code. I would have to change the contract and say I would have to put a listing date on it, like when they listed it. But that needs to be saved somewhere, so that's also a problem. Yeah, that's too much of a headache. I need to work with Graphel or Flowgraph. Need Graphel or Flowgraph to listen to events. So I'll wait with that. It's not like I'll send them a message. But who uses Who uses this? Who could teach me this fast? I guess Bam. Have you used Graphel or Flowgraph before, or something like the Find Marketplace? I'll text my friends. I'll text Bam and text Alfredo. Fine gravel. Yeah. Da 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 da. So show beasts that you own only. Sort beast by prices. I kind of need like FR Labs help with that, like these type of filters, I think. But how would I? So here it doesn't work because FR Labs, he's so much better with filters than I am. I wonder what he's doing. I'll have to text him. Do you happen? Hey bro. Do you happen to have time this week to meet? So sorry. Oh gosh. What should I do without these guys? How do I feel that by now? Yeah, I'll put this on waiting with FR Labs. He's so much better at this than I am. Showpiece only, I think I can do that. The only problem is that then I can't filter. So I kind of need FR Labs for that as well. Can't do anything. So I'm basically done, right? Like I need like Morgan for this, FR Labs for this. In accept, I can do that. Like clean up purchased offer. I have no idea what that is. Oh, okay, yeah. So I haven't been to La Liga site before. Oh, is it difficult to get packs now? Oh, I would actually be really surprised if it's difficult to get any packs. But yeah, I wouldn't know for sure myself. Only 3,000 packs. Yeah, that's not a lot at all. How is my schedule tomorrow? Okay, cool. So FR Labs he'll hopefully help tomorrow. So I can put that here. So how do I put something that is shown while it loads? Oh, okay, yeah. I'll probably have to ask Morgan, he probably knows this. Something I could use. I'll color this like bluish. Combined fire. Yeah, this is also like an FR Labs. FR Labs, if we have time. Hey, really blue. So nice to see you. Hey, Jingles. I wonder if Jingles has his flow. Like, floats. I have to ask him. Like, this before. Like sometimes I can't remember who has like floats and who has not. Okay, good. Yeah, then I should be able to airdrop. It's just because sometimes there's some people who I can't airdrop. So let's see. Anyways, this is something that FR Labs probably could fix. I need Graphel and Flow Graph maybe, but I need someone who knows how to use those things. I need to fix drop setting. Okay, pack drop settings with wallets and GraphQL and remove GraphQL. So what I'll do is that okay, so there's only one thing I can do then, I guess. Because the rest is something I would need advice for in order to do fast and not waste too much time. Well, I can do this actually. I guess I'll do that and then I'll start doing breeding. Live breeding. How about that? how you like that. So how do we clean up an offer? That's the question now. How to clean up something I'm usually pretty bad at. Wait, what? What is this? Don't save. Close all. Don't save. Don't save. That. So when you accept an offer, essentially we want to clean up that offer right after to free up your storage. So if we have accepted, we should be able to call. Oh my god, this is the worst part of VS Code. So frustrating. Yeah, sorry. It's just some bug in the. Was it because I don't have the latest CLI? Maybe I just have to reopen this now. Oh, and now it's just stopped working altogether. Okay, wait. Let it cook. Is it working? Looks like it's working. Going to cross my fingers. Beast offers. Oh, maybe it's working now. Nice. Or maybe it's just me. So, cleanup. So in order to call the cleanup function, we need the offer collection function. So we have the collection ref, right? And we'll say self collection ref. We'll call cleanup. We have to say which one we want to clean up. So we have to use the ID of the offer, I think. The offer ID is here. Clean. So something like this should work, but we can check. Oh, come on. Contract browser. Open offers. Flow scan. Wait, don't show how to view this on flow scan. Flow scan. Open offers. Completed. So if you complete an offer. Oh, they just remove an offer. Okay. It must be this one. An offer that has been accepted. So the way you do that, yeah, it's just clean up like this. Okay, so no big deal. And we could also check for any ghost listings. But I think I'll just... Ghost listings don't take up too much, don't take really up any space. So they're fine. Oh, this was the basic beast collection ref. Oops. I want this collection. So I need to say let this, and it has like some kind of type, which is this. Oh, and it has like a bug, of course, with the flowers. God. Yeah, this should be fine. This code should work. The only issue is this. That it's so buggy. So buggy. Oh, it's not my code that's buggy, but it's just like the Cadence VS Code extension. So that's like really frustrating. And I'm like, I told them about it and they can't reproduce the issue. But I know I'm not the only one who has the issue. That's so strange. Yeah, this annoys me so much. I'll post the issue. GitHub, Cadence, VS Code, because this is like every time I code, it basically like I have to like do some workaround in order for it to work. Support, feedback, blah blah. Side Ninja, I cannot reproduce this. Can you share your version and operating system as well as CLI version? What's my version extension? Like, I like how he asks as if it's like so. Like, how should I know which version this is? Like, I don't know what version this is. Like, so I feel super dumb. I think it's this version. I'll say this. Cadence VS Code extension version. I'll say it's this version. And then my operating system is like OS is Mac OS, I think. And then my CLI version is like Flow CLI. It's like Flow CLI version. So that's the thing. See, like it's difficult to actually find anything that's useful in the Flow documentation, because like you can't really like how do I find the version? Like I don't know. Terminal. Oh, that easy? Okay. Yeah, thank you. See, Raven he knows, but like Raven he's smart. I'm not smart. So how should I know? Like unless I have a Raven like next to me, all the time. Of course, that is my solution for things in life, but yeah. Thanks, Raven. Can you also share a screenshot of the issue? Oh yeah, I'll have screenshots. I'll give you screenshots, man. Sign Ninja, he's pretty good. Like, it's not his fault, I think. I hope it's not his fault. Beast Market. Can I just share it like this? Please. I think it worked. Yeah, it worked. And then they have something called like cadence, the settings, extension settings. Like, like even this doesn't work, right? Like, super annoying. Yeah, sorry for my rant. Yeah, so I'll share this. This is what I can give. Close with comment. Why did it say close? Commented now. I don't know. Very cool. Well, that didn't really solve my problem, did it? No, I still have to. Loss of resource. I lost my beast. So beast. Here we go. I need to save that. Make sure I don't upload that code because that's not right. I have to remove this code to say like the board beast like this so it works. Please. Like does it work now? Yeah, now it works. And then come on. No? Offer collection rep. Oh yeah, self-offer. Fair enough. Self. Cool. Argument, offer ID. Offer ID. Beast offers. Cleanup. Okay, it's offer ID, I see. Cool. So now, yeah, that's why I need cadence extension to work, because otherwise I can see those errors. Which is why it's so frustrating when it doesn't work as I want. Accept offer. So how do I find this? Offerer address, something like that. Oops. Offerer address. Offerer address. So we only have one transaction like that. It looks like this. It must be this one. Yeah, accept offer. So we can also clean up now. My mom would be so proud if I did that in real life. Like clean up after myself. Cool. This should still work. It shouldn't be like much more different from anything else. So I just need to make an offer for something I own. Oh, yeah, I need to. I really want these query URL stuff. It makes it so much easier in the future. But I just can't prioritize that yet. So I'll just do these things. So which one is mine? This is mine. Can I can't make an offer, can I? On my own. Oh, I can accept an offer, nice. Who did this offer? Wait, this is... Huh? This is not me. Who did this offer? But the person didn't... That's a community member who made an offer for me. Nice, I'll accept it. Who did this? Who? How dare he? What? Well, that's nice. I actually needed someone to make an offer. So I'll take it. And we have cleanup right here. So that's a way we can like clean up our collection, like storage. So it's pretty important to clean that up so we don't take up like storage space for no reason. All people have been like using the testnet marketplace, I see. So this one should increase also. So if we look at that, yeah, it increased. Nice. And we are no longer the owner of this. We have a new owner, who's this guy. Great. He bought like a really the contract viewer UI is terrible. Which one? I don't know which one you're referring to. Like, are you talking about Blockto? Like when we make a, you know, like this thing? Oh yeah, like you can't you can't read anything. Like it's like, why even bother? And most people, like, you know, this is the safe thing, right? Like, well, you can't read this. Most people can't read this anyways. Like, who reads this? So it's like, you know, it's not safe. And you need to be pretty like experienced still. Even Cadence is much easier to read than like, yeah, Solidity, but it's like, what the heck, you can't. Okay, we have done this now. We don't need to clean ghost listings on this one, just transaction. Fix pack drop settings with wallets. Yeah, so this one is more tricky. I think I need more sleep for this one. I'll wait with this. Always go for the ones you can do. Oh, but I should do it. Decisions. What do I do? We have milestone 6. God, it's been like so many months in order to get these done. Okay, let's do some light reading then, because these I don't have the mental energy to do any of these anymore, or right now at least. So we do live reading. So we can close this one down. Only if it was not UI from Blockto that you think is terrible. Ah. Oh, so that's why Will got scared. She was afraid that Raven like was giving her constructive feedback about her design. Right? We definitely need we definitely need a way to see, you know, offers. Like see offers from here, that you know that you have an offer, or one is for sale. So like, you know, I'll put this like, I'll send this to Willy Blue so she can like look at that. on the design team. We need a way to show that a beast has offers or is being put on sale from here. Please look at NBA Top Shot to get inspired. Please look at NBA Top Shot to get inspired and design a solution. Thanks. Cool. So now that's out of my head. Yeah, the initial design of Basic Beast, gosh, like let's look at that. The initial design. Can I actually? Does it load? Oh yeah. So I don't make that many announcements, right? And so this was like the first announcement I did. Are you immortal? Why am I immortal? Why should I be? What are you talking about? What? I wish I was, but why are you asking? Willy Blue asks, what? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, yeah. What the heck is that kind of a joke? Yeah, so in October, right, 2021, this was like the first announcement I made. Like, what is Basic Beast? And it was essentially just an idea my brother had, and I needed it for the hackathon that I was doing. So that actually hasn't changed, right? And then like I spent like 1 hour to I think like 1 hour, 2 hours to design a homepage, and it ended up looking like this. So that was like, oh, actually it wasn't that bad, I guess. But compared to like this, I don't know. I feel, yeah, Willy Blue definitely made it much better than, like, look at this hero section. Like, what the heck? This is good. But she kept the color palette. Like, I think I just picked like random, like, I can't remember exactly where I got the colors from some like old pixel retro game that I found on Google. But I thought the colors were nice and fit. But yeah, and then like Jacobs writes, woohoo. Good times. God, it was so hard, like so much work during those days. Not that we don't have work today, but just like, I'll just be working on this like 12 hours each day to get stuff done. Especially a lot of Discord and Twitter work. That was actually, yeah, why it was like hard. If I only had to focus on one thing, it would be much easier. Anyways, that was like me sidetracking. What the heck is that?
Yeah, I think you should.
Oh, that's too loud. I'll watch it later. I don't know how to. Oh wait, can I?
Diet.
What?
Just think it's time for you to diet.
Can you explain?
I mean, it'd probably boost your self-esteem. You probably feel a lot better.
Uh-huh.
I mean, most women at this point get tired of it.
Tired of what?
Tired of the blonde hair. I mean, aren't you ready for like brunette or even red? I like redheads. I mean, you've been talking about it. What?
Oh, I thought I was gonna murder you today.
What the heck, Rivet? Okay, thanks for sharing. Oh god, I should have shown it to everyone. Well. Okay, where were I? So back to this. Now all this is fine. I can say that this accept offers, it seems to be working. The only thing I actually did was just like clean up, so that's great. Does it actually? Beast offers. When you clean up, you're essentially destroying an offer. And when you destroy an offer, it calls the... It doesn't call anything if it has been purchased. I see. Okay, cool. And since I'm done with that, I'll make sure I don't mess up my own code. So I discard these changes. Now I'm here. So I did one update here, I did this update. Marketplace clean up, or offers clean up. That's mostly it. Okay, now that is over, I have to focus on some important things, which is the love potion, the breeding, the egg NFTs. Yeah. So I made a bunch of code here. Not too much code to breed. It wasn't too difficult, I guess. I made a love potion, but I made that a fungible token. I think I'll change it to an NFT, because it's just easier for me to work with NFTs. And like, because fungible tokens are actually sometimes complicated. Like you have like these proxy minters, like giving capabilities, like accounts capabilities for that. I could create a mint token function. So what are the pros and cons? Like, the pros are definitely that of having a love potion as a fungible token would be that, well, it makes sense, it's interchangeable. You don't care which love potion it is, right? Another pro is that it's easier to make like liquidity swaps and stuff like that. And that's also how Axie Infinity did it. The con is that you can't show it like NFTs in, you know, most collections then. It's more like a balance thing. So yeah, I don't know. But NFTs are just so easier for me to read and understand. But then you need like a love potion collection. Like it's like, okay, you need like a love potion vault anyways. So this one is like 282 lines. And here, in order to mint tokens, like I would allow anyone to mint tokens, but I would require different number of Oh, decisions. I know I definitely don't need a proxy. I could make this even shorter. And it's easier to work with balances. What do you think, like if any of you guys have, or especially you, Raven? Should Love Potion be a fungible? Yeah? Yeah, what did you say, Raven? It's also okay if you guys don't have opinions about it. Who's sending the nice, thank you. So White Falcon thinks it should be a fungible token, so that makes it easier to do swapping, like, but it can be fractionalized, right? A lot. What happened if you would use it? Like if you use a love potion, it's just a required thing you need in order to, like, you only need one love potion to do breeding, like I meant as a token versus an, yeah, so it's essentially the same, but I think it's easier for me to, it's actually, NFTs are easier to destroy, like resources, than, yeah. So the thing, that's actually a good question. It's easier for me to destroy a NFT than destroy, yeah, it has unlimited supply. But it's easier for me to destroy a NFT than burn a token. Because burning a token, I need, like, you know, some kind of burner resource, I guess, here, that allows me to do so. Right now it's only, like, I guess the admin who can, like, can hold to burn tokens. What happens if you destroy a vault? If you destroy a vault, okay, so users can also destroy, no, okay, the user can also destroy tokens. No, it's the same. It's both ways are easy to destroy. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it's easy for me to burn, like, the token regardless, whether it's fungible token or an NFT. I guess the only difference is the way it's going to be traded, right? Like, let's say that you want to sell love potions. You actually don't care. The thing about love potions, like if it's like an NFT marketplace, you don't care which love potion it is. Like, you know, you just care about what's the lowest price. That's where swapping is most natural. Like, having a liquidity swap, it's much more natural to just, like, yeah, buy one from there. but then we need to set that up, and we can set it up with Incrementify, I think, and eventually, I think we'll get people to use Incrementify, unless I make a website where you can swap it. But I can easily make an NFT marketplace without having, and people could just list it from there. And then, they just list what, because I've already set that up with the treasure chest. So it's actually easier for me to have NFTs because I've already made a lot of like NFT stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'll make this to an NFT because I've already built the things I need in order if people wanted to sell the love potion, right? So I can make that quite easy, and then we can also get a very good separation from what is like poop, sushi, and empty potion bottles, and what is the love potion. I guess. So I'll change this to an NFT contract. But then again, the NFT contract is so annoying today, because Jacob is right. The NFT standard overcomplicates it. It's so much, but of course, like I made it before, so it's not like the end of the world. Yeah, I'll make it an NFT so people can trade love potions eventually when I see enough demand for it. But they really screwed up the NFT contracts actually. They made it much more complicated when it shouldn't. Jacob is right about that. What kinds are the other items? They are fungible tokens. So empty potion bottle is a fungible token. So you can actually get a health bottle, which is essentially useless. Like if you ended up trading that. Poop, sushi is fungible tokens. The reason I did that is because we want people to be able to swap it easily, like, and send it easily to others. Just like sending poop and stuff like that. I just wanted a nice way for that, for the items, right? But with the love potion, I guess, I'll do it a little bit differently. Should I can turn on breeding on the front end so you guys can see. I can't remember if I have everything, but like beast view, beast model view, and then breeding. So holy wow, yeah. I need to make this scrollable, I guess, somehow. Or maybe I should, I don't know. Yeah, each potion will have uniqueness in the sense that they have their own ID. That's all the uniqueness there is. And that's a little bit stupid. But it's just because I didn't want to, like, the only reason maybe I would like keep something an NFT if I really don't want it to be fractionalized in any way possible. Yeah. God, White Falcon, you're making me reconsider. But let's see. No one really voted on this, like, but I guess no one really has like a strong opinion to vote on it. Yeah, it's not an easy question. I actually want to ask Jacob for this. Oh, he's online. Jacob? Do you have time? God. I wonder if we are able to summon him. Just like that. The new Tokyo... He's here in spirit, yeah. Tokyo Revengers season 2 is out. Oh, yes, that's a bait. But it's actually true. Yeah. Oh, you wanted to DM that? Um, yeah, he'll read it as a bait. Oh gosh, I can't. I don't know why I can't decide. I just feel like I just have a hunch that it's something I should like really think about for some reason. God, I wonder what he's doing. Each NFT is a resource. Each vault is a resource. A fungible token is not a resource in itself. It's just a balance. That makes it much... it doesn't take up as much storage, luckily. It's much easier to gift, like just transfer. Yeah, I can't really decide right now, but and I kind of need to decide actually. Let's try and see this. Actually, not much. Like, there's no big difference. Like, no big difference at all. Yeah, White Falcon. So actually, like the empty potion bottle, I would also assume that would be an NFT normally, right? Oh wait, but the potion itself is fungible token. Oh wow, that would become even more complicated. Yeah. So why not just keep it uniform? And that's what I did initially. I just thought maybe I should make it an NFT, but I can just keep it uniform, like keep it like that. Yeah. So let's work there. The only thing is like, what if people want to do trading, but then they have to use the swap? But that's fine. That is fine. Anyways, let's see what I made for how many months ago? I made this 10 months ago. Like, whoa, like 10 months. That's it's almost been a year since I made the breeding contract. And I haven't got one bit smarter since then. Oh, look at that. I can't. It's so frustrating with this stuff. Why can't it read the egg? What's wrong with the egg now? Oh, because it doesn't adhere to the newest standard, I see. What's the difference with swapping potion balls than other items? Because would be more trading of potions than other items? Wait, what? What's the difference with swapping potion bottles? Because there would be more trading of potions than other? Yeah, you can't really swap fungible tokens with NFTs. Or you can, but it's more tricky. I guess the good thing about making it making the Loud Potion an NFT is then that people can, swap. The problem is that people would be able to swap poop to NFT quite easy, right? We don't want that. We want them to, play around and mix the fungible tokens and turn them into NFTs. So that actually helped, I think. So maybe we should consider making it an NFT, the Loud Potion. You mix fungible tokens and you get a Loud Potion NFT. Otherwise, you could basically just go to a swap, like any swap, right, that has the liquidity pools, and then say I have poop, I want Loud Potion. Why would I mix it myself? I just have enough poop for it. So that actually says it. It should be. I think Loud Potion should be an NFT. And then I also make sure that you just need one Loud Potion. Yeah. We want people to mix them. You need and you just need one empty potion bottle. Poop to love, love to poop. Wow. Yeah, that's what we are trying to, I guess, avoid. That's great. Yeah, I'll change the contract. Imagine poop potion. Just imagine that. A poop potion. Well, there's actually a story behind it. I'm not gonna say what the story is, but yeah, maybe eventually, when we have a game and stuff like that and lore that's out, then I'll reveal the actual story behind these things, because there's more to it. Admin resource. It's not that simple. It's not just poop. So you would have egg NFTs and you would have Loud Potion NFTs. But we need to oh, that's old poop story. Wow, that's a good looking poop. Wait, when is Jacob's? His workshop is in 1 hour from now. Yeah. Okay, I'll just do a quick review of the egg NFT and breeding NFT, and then I'll write down the things I need to do and change. So breeding, what does it do? It did give me some updates before. I said I should definitely not have the reference. I should ask for the exact beast. Here I'm just asking for reference, but I should actually like get the beast. The issue though when I do that is that I need to give back the beasts, and that's not super straightforward for me to do. Then I need to give back a beast collection if I want to do it like that. I can do that, but then the question is like, where do I give the egg NFT? Then I need like an egg NFT receiver to do that. I guess. Or I could just have a basic beast NFT receiver, like a collection there to receive the beast again. And I think I'll go for that. So I'm 100% sure that we're receiving this egg NFT. Okay, so first we have the contract, we have our paths, we will have breeding events. So I need to make that. That's to do. Like to do add events. Then we have breeding fields, which is like, what is the max breeding count? So I hard coded that to 6. That means that you can use the same beast. Okay, here we say 7. So we haven't really decided. Yeah, we need love potion for breeding. Yeah, that is pretty cute. Thank you. Should we, like, how many times should the beasts be able to like eggplant? Like how often should they be able to like breed in their lifetime? Like, do we say like 6 or 7 times? Okay, so no one has like any opinions with that, I guess. Why didn't we write 7 here? Axie, infinity, breeding count. So an Axie, you can do it like 7 times. And the reason behind it is so like, you know, you don't just inflate like it, and there's like, you know, there's also a healthy breeders, they have like a healthy reason to like try and get other beasts. So you can use the same beast 6 times. 6 times can also seem limiting. Like I have like this beast, I can only use it 6 times. But then again, if we think about it, what if you evolve the beast? Well, then you get like to do it once again. Like you're basically resetting it. You can't do that with Axies. So it's definitely something. So per beast, like 2 beasts, they can be used 6 times. I think that's like fine for breeding. But it does recreate like a healthy and more strategic way to like, when should you evolve a beast, when should you breed a beast, right? Like when you should probably breed them while they're young, and then you want to evolve it, and then do it all over again to get the maximum output of like during its lifetime. It can be used like 3 times, right? Like 18 times of breeding for 2 beasts. If you're a breeder, so that's like that's quite significant. Like there's a quite significant difference per like number. So yeah, it shouldn't be higher than 7 or like at 7. Max breeding count. Public breeding paused. So that's like we're basically checking if we will allow people to breed using this contract, just in case. It's something that I learned from CryptoKitties to pause like stuff. And then breeding counts. This is where we can see, well, are they allowed to breed, how much? So we get like the UUID, and then we see like how many times have they been like egg planting. Admin breed. So this is if we wanted the admin to help with breeding for some reason. And then we have public breeding, which allows anyone to basically call the breeding function. So not much of a difference. And then create a new admin. So we only have one big function, and then we check has breeding count been reached, we check the ID, and okay, this is actually smart code if it works, if it's written correctly. So we need to be able to mint an egg. In order to mint an egg, we need the matron and sire, struct, and the beast. And when we mint egg, we create a new NFT which just has like these values, and it contains the beast. Hey Will, how's it going? I'm building on-chain breeding. Did you solve your issue? Poopa breeder. I want to eat a snack. Yeah, Syrinx breeder. The game. But I need to fix this breeding contract. And then, okay, so how do we do it? Right now, we shouldn't use references, because that could be abused. We want the actual NFTs. We want the actual beast. And well, we just destroyed a log potion like that. Oh, that makes it so much easier. But it has to be an NFT. That's the right way to go with it. So I'll change that. But what is it? We check. Has to be like. You can continue with this function if the matron hasn't reached its breeding count. And when we call the breeding count, we basically say like this ID, if the breeding counts is not nil, then we say if this is not more, wait. More or equals to the max breeding count. Yeah, I think this is right. So that ends up returning true. If this is like, yeah, okay. Otherwise, if we don't have any, if it doesn't even have a breeding count, yeah, this is a function that anyone is able to call. I don't think I should have this line. Because this wouldn't work if it's a script that's calling the function. Yeah, this feels wrong. I'll have to change this. But I think I need a break. To change this as scripts should be able to call, but they can't mutate data. Cool. I'll take a small break, guys. I need that.
empty town. We're searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Don't feel like coding that much today, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So we check the breeding count if it has been reached, because otherwise, yeah, they can't be used for breeding. And the love potion, it has to be exactly 1, but we don't need to check for that anymore if the love potion is an NFT. So yeah, we basically don't need to check that at all. Or we just need like a specific like love potion NFT, so that should be fine. So we have to change the, like to do is like change the precondition, right? To do, remove love potion balance check as it will be an NFT. Then the next one is like the matron. We look at this template, we see, does it have the same readable template ID as the sire? Breedable template ID. And this is super important that we have done that right, because otherwise we'll mess up the breeding. I hope we did it right. That's on you and me, Sweet. I really hope we did this right. Let's see, Lexicon. Because I remember I was so tired, I barely looked at it right. But breedable 16.1. It should be right.
I just built the client.
Sorry, Will? Were you speaking to me?
Yeah, I was asking if you're just making the client.
You asking if I just make one of a kind?
No, sorry. I don't know if I'm going through it, but I'm just asking if you're working on the client of your application or like the cadence program.
Oh, I'm working on the like I'm working on the cadence part, like the smart contract part. But it's
See, does your code?
Yeah, sorry. Go on, Will.
See, does your application use a server or is it just a client?
Oh, good question. Yeah,
interacting
it's
with
so my application is fully, just the client, so no server.
I see.
Yeah. So why is that? That's because I'm a single developer. It's a lot of things to learn and maintain to like start having a server. And I essentially haven't been needing it. Like the blockchain is pretty fast. So Good. But let's see. I'm just checking all these. Like, so Azazel's, all the Azazel's can only create Azazel's normals. All the teddies can only create the teddies. All the vipers. Oh, it looks like it's, yeah, fine. Like, all the blobs, all the cocos. Sweet, you went through all this, didn't you? Also, all the Dracos looks fine. All the Chans looks fine. All the Crons looks fine. All the Octos look fine. All the Esmes looks fine. Lucy's, Stabbies, Heroes. The breedable ID, like breedable beast ID. You went through all these, didn't you? Like, and made sure that it was like the correct beast that it could be bred, right? Okay, good. Because if it was wrong, then either I would have to create like the whole thing over and migrate, or I would have to make a workaround. Like, I would do the workaround. I wouldn't make the whole thing over, but yeah. That's good.
Oh. Oh, so yo, BZ,
What's up?
BZ. I was asking a question because, um, yeah. So basically, I'm sending a blockchain transaction, but from a client. So the server kind of processes that transaction, right? So yeah, so when the server receives the payload that it needs to to basically process the transaction, there's obviously like a latent time between when the blockchain needs to process the transaction and when the HTTP server between the client and the server, kind of like breaks or times out, whatever you want to call it. So I'm trying to figure out how to handle that. Should the client be signing up to like some type of service worker, something like that, or
Yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of. I haven't had that issue, right? Because I don't build a server. But have you tried to look into like kitty items? Like, cause they have like
I
this kind
haven't.
of, they have this like full stack setup where they have transactions that's going through the client to the. They even show the whole architecture actually. They show it here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, check that.
So I would suggest that you try and like follow the kitty items. Like actually, like, it should be pretty good. And the ones who have like contributed the most to the repo, you can actually ask that specific person. They're pretty like they're most likely still working at Dabble Labs. Like these two people, they'll answer
So,
like exactly what you need. Because they would be more suited to answer those problems. Because I wouldn't be sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually perfect. That's a perfect resource.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, that's good. Happy to help. Let's check this. Let's see. 316 Frosty, Bellow, Slime, Vlad, Pansy. Okay, Sheldon, Ivy, It all looks correct to me. There shouldn't be any issues here. So the only issue that could be if I ended up mistyping something when minting. But that's not likely. Nice. Cool. So they all look correct, and of course the legendary beast cannot be used for that type of breeding. And it can also not... Wait, let's see how does it work, the mint function. When we mint a beast, we just check does it exist, and then we can mint it, yeah. If it's a mythic diamond, we make sure that we retire the beast. So we only like mint it once. That's great. Smart code. I think. I wouldn't know. In that case, I think using Gravel, you can just ask Gravel to send events. Cool. So that's what we checked. We essentially see like, do they match? Are they supposed to be able to breed with each other? This also gives us another issue, which is like, this one shouldn't only show all the dabbies here, it should also show all the others. So I need to make a list for that. Oh, this is going to take me more than a week, I think. Or maybe exactly a week to build. So in the breeding smart contract, like front end, breeding front end, make this geese that can breed together, but remove the current selected beast from the list. Cool. Okay, that's not too difficult to make. The next line is this beast asexual, or does it identify as a woman? Same with this one. It should not be asexual. The matron should be a female, and the sire should be a male, because that's why we have that naming. CryptoKitties basically just skipped this. They just said, well, it's, you know, a new world, it doesn't matter their gender, you just they just breed. They can just be used for breeding and lay eggs. Yeah, I think that's all the checks that needs to be there. Then we create a beast NFC struct just to save data on the egg, like who's the parent. We get the ID, we get the serial number, we get the first owner, we get the sex, we get the template. Same goes with this one, size struct. It's just info we might need, that might be nice to have. And it's definitely something we need in order to create the beast. When we mint the beast. And then the egg, we also mint the egg and insert the beast into that egg. And then we need to do all that stuff. We need to do the same for the sire. Cool. And then we destroy the log potion and we give the new egg. So it's not that complicated. But we don't need this. So this can be called by scripts without any issues. We just need to have the exact beast now. We need to change that code. So breeding count reached. If breeding counts, this beast ID and blah blah blah. If breeding is not paused, then it's true. If it's paused, then make it false. That's it. So we need a beast receiver. Like, how do we transfer beast? Do you have something? I don't think I made anything. No, I didn't make anything where I could transfer. So now we have reviewed the breeding contract. There's not much more to it. And then we can just like see. How about an egg? The egg seems to be more complicated. Yeah, it is. It's actually longer. The admin gets its own egg collection. We need to set that up. Link and capability. Egg collection public. I think one should link more stuff actually. I don't think I'll link it. The way it should be linked. Because it should be linked like this. kind of. Even this isn't great. Huh. Where did I make the unpack? Oh, this is how I wrote it at that time? Gosh. Wow. Because I wanted one place to get it from. So when you create a collection, we ask for non-fungible token receiver, collection public, metadata views, resolve a collection. Let's see the NFT stat, like NFT. So non-fungible token. An NFT needs to. Oh, okay, nice. That's good. What rank am I? I'm only rank 7. Let's change that. Let's get a nice shiny gold tabby. Oh no, it's a moon? Oh, okay. Never mind. Huh. Look at that. Oh, I have the serial number 1 moon on testnet. And I can breed it with itself. So that's a really great idea. Not. Stop breeding. You received an egg. Look at that beautiful egg. Go to your egg collection. And now I'm ranked number 3. Cool. So this should be changed. When you do breeding, essentially you just call the function, call public breed, and from there you just get an egg. Anyone can call it, you just make sure that you give the right things. So here it is, we need like to give a capability, just like we have learned. So when working with capabilities, it's something similar to this. When you create like owner capability, but we don't want the whole like a capability to the whole collection. We just need what am I writing wrong here? Huh? What's wrong? Why should that not work? Oh, because I'm not saying what it is. Receiver. Beast receiver. Something like this. And now this is getting pretty long, so it's easier to just write it like this. So it's easier to read. So we need that, but we don't want the whole thing. Or maybe no, why should they have access to the whole thing? There's no reason to do that. It could be unsafe. But when you set up a collection, your beast collection public, we can deposit. So we just restrict it to that. That's all we want. Basic beasts. Beast collection public. Oh wait. This is the wrong place to put this. Don't save. It's the breeding contract. And that's how essentially we do that. And we need to do it for all the others as well. So beast receiver. Beast receiver is not found in the scope. Welcome back, Higgy. So we need to do the same for these. Nice. Then beast receiver, beast receiver, something like this. Because now we can give back the beast NFTs, because these are going to be like this when you breed. That means that it has to be this you're giving us. Has to be a basic beast NFT. So a lot of resource movement. But the problem is that now we're losing our resources. So we need to make sure that we are giving back that resource. But that should be easy because we have the beast receiver. So we basically just say beast receiver, deposit, which is the token, How do I upcast or downcast? Flow.com cast. Casting operators. So what does it allow me to do? Deposit the matron. Reduce capability doesn't have that. When we have the owner capability, can we use it for anything? So we have it here. So we borrow. First you need to borrow the capability. Okay. And when you borrow, it's an optional. It's only a maybe that it works. So I guess we can also check like beast receiver check and like cannot breed beast receiver capability is invalid. So borrow, then deposit. And we do the same with desire. So that should give us back the matron and sire to the right place. Oh wait, isn't Jacob's class starting now? Where is Jacob going to have his class? Classroom 100? But he hasn't gone there yet. Hey, Powell, if you're coming for the intermediate cadence course, I think Jacob will start it in a few minutes, but it will be in the other classroom. Yeah, but I'm not sure yet with this guy. I guess we'll see. Oh, Jacob, he came in here, but so is this where we're going to do the intermediate course?
No, we'll probably do it in classroom 100.
Okay, I'll just say, yeah, I'll ask everyone to just move to there if they want to join.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm also gonna hop on my other computer, so I'll see you all in a second.
Yeah, see ya. Yeah, everyone, like, please, like, feel free to join the classroom 100. I'll be going there. Yeah, see you in 100. So let's see. Generous Kid, Powell, Sweet, Willy Blue. Oh, everyone, people are fast. They're like, nice. Oh, this time I should definitely share the classroom. Copy link or invite people. Like no limit, generate new link, copy it. Intermediate cadence workshop is starting now. Come and join, cowards. And I'll just tag people like this. Yes, sweet.
All right. Let me. I think we're on chapter 2 now. And truthfully, I have not looked at this at all. I should have prepared.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. I need a. Let me just set a couple minutes just to review this. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go grab 1 cup of water, and then I'll be right back. All right. Let me go ahead and tag everybody. And lastly, start the stream. All right. So the stream should be starting. And we're good to go. Okay. So let me share my screen in Discord too. And welcome everybody to the 4th workshop of our intermediate cadence course. Today is probably going to be a lot shorter, simply because chapter 2 is actually very short. I didn't have much content for this chapter, but nonetheless, it is cool stuff. Welcome everyone. Raven, thanks for joining. BZ, I love that you do the live streaming before the workshops because it gathers everyone together. That's always fun. Hey Falcon, and hey everyone else in here. Yo, what's up, Ricardo? Also, sorry to Ricardo for I haven't been able to look at your quest yet. Knowing you, I'm sure you did a good job, but I'll take a closer look later today. All right, so what are we talking about today? Well, we're actually going to be revisiting access modifiers a little bit. Member access modifiers for like pub, access contract, public set, stuff like that. And we're going to be exploring a pattern that I actually use all the time in my contracts that I think is really cool. So I don't know what to call this pattern, so I literally just call it the access contract pattern. And if you've seen me code the float contracts or MotoGP back in the day, I do use this all the time. So let's describe the problem really quick and see where I'm headed with this. Now, just a quick recap. Access contract is an access modifier. You can put it on variables like this or functions like this. And so what is this pattern that I'm talking about? Well, let's say you have a scenario where an admin wants to be able to call a function on someone else's resource. However, in order for that to happen, the function must be publicly accessible or the admin won't be able to call it, right? Because in Cadence, when we talk about resource-oriented programming, users store their own resources and admins are not really able to do admin things on that collection right away, right? Like even as the admin of the contract, I can't just like go into your collection and withdraw an NFT, right? That's not allowed, and it shouldn't be allowed, right? But what if the admin does want to take some sort of admin control over your collection, and not allow other people to be able to do that, right? So only admins can do certain things in your collections. So what you could do though is you could make that function. Let's say you had a NFT collection and you wanted I don't know. Let's say you had an NFT collection and you wanted the admins to be able to withdraw from it, right? Or you wanted the admin to be able to call a function in that collection to upgrade your NFT or something like that, right? Well, you have to make the function public in order for the admin to read into your collection from a public standpoint and update it. But the problem is that if the function's public, then anyone can call it, right? And we don't necessarily want everyone to be able to call it. We just want admins to be able to call it. So an example problem is, let's say we want an admin to be able to prevent a user from transferring their NFTs. We can look at this contract really quick, and actually I'll paste it into the playground here. Ooh. Okay, playground, what's this? Should we use this? Why not? All right, new beta playground. Cool. That's pretty sick. Sorry, I'm just drinking water. My throat's really dry. But anyways, this isn't this isn't a full contract. It's just like sort of like a slimmed down one. But let's take a look, right? So there's a collection. There's owned NFTs. There's a locked variable here, a withdraw function, and then this lock function, which if this gets called, it locks the collection, and you can no longer withdraw if your collection is locked, right? So how do we make it so the admin can lock this collection? Well, we can do something where, you know, we basically make a public resource interface where we say, okay, pub resource collection public, or let's actually call it collection admin. And we can make this lock function in here, right? It's actually a resource interface, and then we can extend that on the collection, and we can call it collection admin. So what should happen is the user should be able to, you know, store a collection in their account, and then link collection admin to the public. Now, again, the issue I was describing before is that, you know, this would allow anyone to be able to call the lock function, and we don't necessarily want that. So what we can do instead is, this is where I call the access contract pattern, is we make a function have access contract, but we put it in the public domain. So it's sort of strange in that even though that it's public, no one's able to call it, except for functions that we define in this contract. So I actually think I'd write it out here. We can write a function like this to lock the user collection, and we can take in their public collection here and then lock it. Now again, this can't be called by everyone in the public because it's access contract, but it can be called elsewhere in the contract, but still on the public reference. So the admin is able to lock the collection totally fine, right? So this is what I call the access contract pattern. So boom. And it's pretty simple. Right, I write simple. Now the public is not able to call lock through the public interface anymore, but the admin is able to, because we made an additional function inside the admin resource to lock the function within the contract. You know, the only remaining question is, do we want the user to be able to lock their own collection in the above contract? The collection owner can still lock their contract because the lock function is still public inside the actual resource. So if you notice, right, in this case, because the collection owner, this is public, right? The public, you know, the collection owner can still lock their own collection. Well, if we wanted to change that, you know, of course, we could just change this to access contract. And now this makes it so that the collection owner can no longer, you know, lock their own collection, because this can only be called inside the contract. So now the admin is able to still lock it, right, just like normal, but you know, the user cannot anymore. All right. Now, can anyone tell me, by the way, what is a what's a problem with this? This is actually the end of the lesson. But I am curious. Can anyone tell me the issue with something like this? What can the user do to prevent the admin from locking their collection? Right. Exactly, Falcon. So what can happen here, that's not good, is the admin, or sorry, the user can unlink collection admin from the public, and then the admin can no longer lock the collection. So this is something to look out for. I think that there's a lot of helpful use cases for this sort of thing. There's a lot of times where the access contract pattern is really useful, but you should always be aware that one of the downfalls of this pattern is that the user can always unlink from the public, and you know, it screws everything over. So the scenarios that I would suggest using this pattern in are areas where if the user unlinks the public resource interface, it only screws them over and not the entire application. So what I mean by that is actually, let's take a look at the float contracts for a second. I think there's actually an example of this. Access contract. Oh, there has to. Oh, I think it's access account. That's why. By the way, remember that technically this is the same thing as the access account pattern, because access account and access contract are the same exact thing in this case. But let's take a look. Where is a good example of this? Hopefully I have. I think I should have one in here. Unless I don't, that would be kind of sad. I do use this pattern for floats, but it's a really complicated example that I don't know if it's actually. It's like it's one of those examples where like it's just confusing as heck. Okay, maybe that's not a great idea then to show that. Yeah, no, it is. Well, okay, I'll try to explain it. So basically, well, let me actually try and get a grasp for how it's used here, because it's much different than what I showed just now. Um, right. So the way that it's used, the way that it's used in this use case is for shared float events. So you know how you can like add someone to your thingy and like they can also mint floats for you? Well, basically what happens is there's this function called borrow shared reference, and this is a public function that you can call into other people's float collections. So like if BZ adds me, I can call into his collection and call borrow shared reference, and it gives me a shared reference. Um, so it'll literally return me a reference to a float event, which is like that's a very powerful resource, right? I can mint stuff with that. I can do whatever. And the way that it's getting this is actually called borrow events ref. So it's using a public interface, right? Float events that's in the public domain, float events public, and a float events public is right here, and it uses this access control pattern or this access contract pattern. So that I can only call borrow events ref inside this contract, but it's still linked in the public domain. So if you're curious, I'm gonna put the link to this contract in chat as part of your homework, or if you want to go through the quest and you want to provide. I actually think I ask you. I think I come up with your. Oh, whoops! I just solved the quest. It says using the flow contract, find at least one example of the pattern being used. Yeah. Oops. So that's the answer. But yeah. So this is the example of that being used. I swear it's used elsewhere. But maybe not. Oh no, it is. It's also used. Okay. So here's your assignment for all of you. When you're going through here, I covered one example. Just as a hint, this is the second example. So when you're doing your quests, try to describe. It asks you to describe one. Use this one and just try and describe this to me, and I'll mark it correct if you use this one. So try and figure that out on your own. All right, cool. So that is day one. Any questions on that? I know that. Sorry, I know that that was like very abstract and it's hard to really understand the use case, but um, there will be times if you get into more difficult cadence work where you'll have to use that sort of pattern. But just remember that the user can always unlink it and make sure that if the user does unlink it, it just messes with them and not with important things. Yeah, the flow contract is so long. I see a couple people typing in chat, so I'll just wait for a sec. Ricardo says so you can have a public function, but with access contract parameters in it, but I'm guessing the opposite, not so much. A private function with public parameters. So I guess you mean, what do you mean by parameters? You can have a public function with access contract parameters in it, but I'm guessing the opposite, not so much a private function with public parameters in it. Well, but you can't access them, I guess. Do you have an example of that, Ricardo? Oh, the locked one here? Public function one access contract something. Interesting. So you're saying public function function one. Oh, so you're saying to call an access, like to call lock in here? Oh yeah. Okay, stuff that lock. But if the outer function is private and the inner function is public, you can. Yeah. So that is tricky. So in this case, like, yeah, lock can only be like this function can only be called, you know, in the contract scope, right? So I can only call this lock function in this contract, but this function I can call in the public. So, you know, if I can call this in the public, then it'll just call this one. So it's like it's almost like once you're in the public function, nothing else really matters. Like it'll just call this, even if you're calling from outside the contract here. And similarly, if the outer function is private, right, and you said the inner function is public, so let's say self.withdraw, then, you know, you can only call this function within, you know, this scope, or, you know, inside here, but it'll, you know, it'll call it. Yeah. So at that point, it really only matters what this one is. Yep. All right. So day two is access account. Now the only reason this is in the intermediate course is because weirdly enough, we actually didn't cover this in the beginner course because I think access account's sort of strange like that. But it's very, you know, you pretty much already know this. It's very similar to access account. I guess I'll ask all of you, what's the only difference between access contract and access account based on looking at this diagram? And while you're all answering that, I'm going to see what I was trying to get at here. Oh, yeah, okay. Right, okay. Oh, I know Andrea joined because I heard a mic exploding.
What's up?
Boom. Boom. What's up? So Raven says account can access all contracts in that account. Yes, so access account means it can be called from anywhere in that account. So any contract inside that account. BZ says account account allows to reach other contracts, whatever the admin, right? As it is called access to contract or access to the account, right? Yeah, so what Falcon said here is pretty much, you know, sums it up pretty well. If an account has many contracts, it can access to all, right? So, and Ricardo, you said the same thing. So, yes, very useful. Now, the thing about this is that it's actually, like, even though it's pretty simple, it can be used in a lot of ways to make code a lot more efficient. So let's take a look at that today. So let's say that we have, I'm just going to deploy a bunch of random stuff. Also, Andrea, we are using the new playground today, which is hype.
Sweet.
But let's say we have a contract called stored, and then we also have a contract called shield. And then we also have a contract called bow. And right, sword, shield, and bow. These are all like weapons or whatever. And for each one, it's going to be like an NFT resource. Now, imagine that each of these contracts is a lot more built out, right? They conform to the NFT standard. They have a collection, blah, 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 blah. I just shortened it to make it a lot simpler. But let's say that this was all deployed. Actually, this is perfect that we're using the new playground today, because this is the lesson where, wow, that's actually bizarre that aligned. Because this is the first time that I need to deploy multiple contracts to one account, and the new playground supports that, I think. So that's bizarre, but good.
Should, yeah.
Yeah, so we can deploy this to account 1. Okay, and I think we can also deploy this to account 1. And we can also deploy this to account 1. Boom. All right, it worked. So super cool, right? All of these contracts are now inside of account 1. So let's think about minting these things, right? How would you normally like mint, or actually, how do you have to mint an NFT? Like, what do you have to, like? Let's say we only want an admin to mint these NFTs. What do you have to add to the contract? And you all know this. It's a very simple answer. Like, if you only want an admin to mint an NFT, what do you have to add here? Right, a minter or admin resource. So let's just say public resource minter, and let's say public function mint, and this returns an NFT, right? Very simple. Return, create NFT. All right, so we added a minter for sword. We also added a mint. Let's also add a minter for shield, and let's also add a minter for bow. Right? Is this annoying? We're gonna have to store a lot of minters, right? Yeah, it's super annoying. So each time we want to mint an NFT, we're gonna have to borrow a different minter out of storage. We're wasting storage space, right? So it's pretty inefficient, also a little bit costly. Does anyone see any different ways we could do this? Possibly incorporating a 4th contract and access account functions. Right. So a minter contract. Okay. Public resource weapon minter. And what can we add in here? Yeah, a proxy. So let's actually bring the minter over to here. And what could we expose? Or this actually should be a contract, sorry. Instead of having a minter inside of each of these contracts, what access modifier could we use instead? Instead of a resource and then a function, we could actually convert this to a function with a certain access modifier, maybe, right? Are we starting to think through this a little bit? Inherit all the contracts from a contract with minter? Yeah. Yes. So what does that look like exactly? Like, does someone mind writing this out a little bit more? What's sort of the idea here? Just a couple sentences about maybe what I could start doing, or even one of the steps I could start doing. Yeah, so right now I have a minter in contract 1. I also have a minter in contract 2, and I also have a minter in contract 3. And we're saying, you know what? We want to get rid of all those minters, and we just want to have one minter inside the weapon minter contract. Now, I'm trying to think of a way, how could we get rid of all these resources in the sword, bow, and shield contracts, and instead just have a function in those contracts, but that's only callable by the weapon contract? The weapon minter contract. Right, exactly, BZ. So we can start off by just completely getting rid of the minter resource, and instead, we can make this function access account, so that no one can call this because it's access account, except for other contracts in our account. So what we can do now is inside our weapon minter contract, we can import, what is this? Sword. Let's import sword from, oh, how do you do this on this playground, actually? It's just imagine something like that. We can call stored.mint, or actually, we can make a public function mint a stored. That's a stored.nft. Oops. And we can say return stored.mint like that, right? And then we can also go to contract 2 and do the same exact thing for our shields. And then inside of contract 4, we can also import shield from the same account and say public function mint shield. This is going to mint the shield.nft and then return shield.mint. And then lastly, we can mint a bow. This is going to mint a bow.nft, just like that. We're also going to import bow from account 1. And we can go into the bow contract and also do the same thing. And now we've restructured our code to be a lot neater, and we only have to manage one minter. So we can mint all of our NFTs from one simple minter that we know is at one storage path, and we don't have to, handle, or we don't have to deal with multiple minters. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Share. I'm sorry, I don't think I can share. I don't think this playground lets me share. But this recording will be available for you. Love the game. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, I told you that this chapter would be super short. I guess, why don't we spend the next, 8 minutes or so trying to find another example of an access contract, just because I know I probably didn't explain this that great. I'm just trying to think of where... Oh, I'll give you a perfect example. Developer grants. I believe I made it. Oh no, I think actually, let's go to my GitHub profile. I think I have dynamic NFT standard. Perfect. So this is actually something I developed for the Flow developer grant, program or whatever. The dynamic NFT standard is basically something where, wait, actually, is this a good? Let me just make sure I'm not freaking out. Maybe I'm an idiot. Wait, hold on. Wait, I think I'm an idiot. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure this is a good example. Yeah, this is kind of a good example. So basically, the way that this dynamic NFT standard works is you can you have NFTs in your account, right? And an admin at any point should be able to go in and update one of your NFTs. However, we don't want this to be done by everybody, right? Like, obviously, if Ricardo has an NFT, I shouldn't be able to upgrade it, right? That doesn't make sense. Like, we only want the admin to be able to do that. So this isn't quite what I was talking about, but it's very similar actually, because it uses an access contract. But the way that it works is you have a function inside the NFT collection called borrow auth NFT, and this gives you a full reference to the NFT, right? You can call anything you want on it. And this function, borrow auth NFT, is exposed in the public domain. So, anyone actually can call this. It's public. It's not even access contract. It's fully public. But what's interesting is that inside of the full reference, if we actually take a look at the NFT reference here, we can see there's a function called update metadata, and this is access contract. So what's super interesting about this is only even though the borrow auth NFT is public and it allows everybody to get a reference to this NFT, not everyone can call update metadata because again they'll have this reference, but they'll have this in like a transaction somewhere, right? And so they won't be able to call this function. However, if you scroll down to the admin, in the admin's update metadata function, the admin gets a public reference to the collection using collection public, so it gets a public reference to it here, and then calls borrow auth NFT, which anyone can call, but then of course only the admin is allowed to do this line where they say NFT ref on the on this reference, and they say update metadata because it's access contract. So this isn't exactly the pattern I was talking about, but it's very similar in that access contract is only being used for admin rights and is the function is accessible through the public domain, but it's only callable by the admin here. So this is another sort of example of that. So like I was saying, I use access contract all the time. And it comes up a lot when you start talking about like how do admins have certain access to functions, but public users don't. All right. Any other questions? If not, we can stop there for today. And the stuff next week is also just, it's going to be super fun. Next week, we're going to be talking about auth accounts and scripts. Ooh. Next week, we're going to be talking about auth accounts and scripts. Ooh. That's a fun one. I love this one. You're probably thinking, what the heck? But yeah, it's possible. But we'll get there next week.
Yeah, maybe one thing. This might help you in your finding examples when you want to show something. Contract Browser now supports code search.
Oh, really?
So if you go to contractbrowser.com and you search access contract.
Wait, does it also support like comments?
Everything.
Oh, because I wrote a bunch of things
If, in the
about
top
you.
right, in the top right, if you search access contract like you would write it in Cadence, and you scroll
wow.
down.
Oh my God! How is it even possible? Wow.
Andrea, he's proud.
Two words: svelte and Lanford.
True. Although Lanford hates Val, doesn't he?
Well, that's why. That's why
Lanford's
he's only working on the back end.
Right, yeah, because he loves XJS.
Well, Lanford is
Yeah.
such a smart guy.
That's so
He's a
funny.
genius.
Um,
Oh, why does it do that? Can you double click on the little bottom right theme picker? Ken? Okay. I don't know why it does the contrast thing for you. Anyways. Yeah, so basically how this works, I still need to, so one thing I'm going to add soon is when you see used by X amount of contracts, I want to do it so that you can click on it and it loads the contracts that actually use that specific snippet.
wow.
But really what this is, it shows you all the blocks, the cadence blocks, whether it's a struct, a resource, a function, that contains the specific text that you're searching for.
Wow. You know what's super interesting about this? This is sort of like a side point, but it's really interesting to me to see. It's honestly kind of sad. It's like this listing right here is used by like basically every marketplace, and it's used by 86 contracts. Like this entire snippet. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that goes to show you how much like duplication there is.
Yep. Yep.
That's nuts. This is so cool though. What the heck?
Yeah,
Nice.
I just wanted to flag it because if you want to look for an example while you're teaching, this might make it a bit easier.
Let's see if people use float in their own contracts.
Yeah, well, well, you can search here, but you can also, do you want to see how many people import float or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go up, there it says dependents.
Oh,
No. Go back. Actually, if you look up, if you use the contract quick finder and just search float, in the, yeah, exactly. You scroll down. In the right, you see float is used by.
popular.
If you see there, float is used by 18 contracts, and those are the contracts that are using it. So these are the contracts that are actually importing it, officially
Oh
importing it.
wow! Look at that. That's just cool. Well, Lampions pack. Let's take a look. What is Lampions pack? Import float, and where are they using it? Or, oops.
Yeah, make sure you double click the theme thing. I don't know why it messes up like that. It's low contrast because it's using the dark theme coloring for the code. But exactly, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, but it's fixed if you just click it. I don't know. Strange.
Yeah, I just have I love the popular. Wait. Let's go back. Let's find another one. Ugh. It's not popular. What the heck? That's so annoying. Why is it not popular?
Because it has zero dependents. Zero
Oh.
people import it.
What else is popular? Oh.
Find.
Find, yeah. Find. Ooh!
And they have.
made it.
First of all, they depend on 10 contracts. They import 10 contracts.
Well, that's
that's
because,
crazy,
that's because
actually.
like Biatek, he basically imports that find on all his contracts, I think. Isn't it?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
cheating.
exactly.
He's
Yeah.
cheating.
He's cheating the game.
cheating.
That's not.
He's cheating.
Well, he's composing on top of his own stuff.
No, he's cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you go to the homepage, if you click on the logo, you can see top contracts. These are the contracts that have the most dependents.
Oh my god, yeah, look at that. That's nuts. Emerald Pass. Wait, why?
Okay,
Wait, what is using Emerald?
all of these.
Oh, Touchstone.
Oh, the touchstone contracts.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That's cheating as well.
No,
Setting
not
people-
cheating. Not cheating. Because I'm not deploying these. Look at this. Oh wow, that's so cool. Not cheating at all. Wow, I'm gonna start importing all my contracts even if I don't use them. I'm gonna start importing Emerald Identity on every contract I deploy.
That's literally what I actually wrote like 2 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at
BZ 2 minutes ago wrote, "I'll import float in all my contracts even when they don't use it from now on."
Oh no way! That's so funny. We said the same exact thing. It's funny. This is pretty cool. Really cool, actually. Recently deployed.
Yeah, these are the latest contracts that have been deployed to mainnet.
NBA Top Shot Arena. Okay, is this like some beta? Is this like some alpha right here? Uh-oh, alpha. Ooh, Arena coming to NBA Top Shot. Confirmed.
The magic of the open blockchain.
Right, yeah. Confirmed. Popeyes. What's Popeye?
I don't know.
Interesting. Anyways, this is crazy. This is pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
So if you want to search for a contract quickly, you use the contract quick picker, right? So here you put like float and you select it from the drop down. Oh yeah, and this quick picker also searches the actual full text code, so that's why it finds float with Jacob. And then if you want search results, this is because you signed your contract with with Jacob in it. Yeah.
Wait, music peak social token, and it says I made it.
Well, I think it's because they probably copied a float contract.
Oh, they literally copy pasted it. Wait. Why is it copied like that? Wait, who's? It's so funny. Let's see. Hello world. Jacob is so much cooler than you. What are people deploying? What is going on the contract browser? Yo. Oh, maybe someone like took a tutorial of mine on YouTube? I don't
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. That's so cool.
Or this is maybe even you just showing how to deploy to mainnet.
Oh, this contract is inspired from float verifiers that comes from Emerald City.
That's so cute.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute that they wrote that there.
Yeah,
Who wrote this?
those guys actually have a really nice website. Let me show you.
Mind tricks.
It's actually really cool. I was so hyped when I saw it. No, not that, Jacob. Go to this one. Mindtricks.xyz, I think. Like, try and look at this. Like, look at this.
Whoa. That's
Whoa!
awesome.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Do they have a Discord? All right, let's write a nice little comment here. I'm a human.
You're gonna get insta banned from that Discord.
Am I getting a banned here? Am I getting hacked? What's going on? Oh look,
Hey,
Raven's already
Raven's
in
part
here.
of it.
Raven, what are you, a sneak or something?
Raven's everywhere. It's crazy.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Anyways, I don't want to. I just realized people might be sticking around just to see if the workshop's over. But yeah, the workshop's over. Thanks for coming. And the next one is on Monday.
This is actually.
So.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you can go, BC.
Oh, I just wanted to mention to Andreas, since he was here, it's actually pretty cool to see that, yeah, like almost 1,000 new contracts has been deployed on mainnet in just like 2 months. Because I remember, like, I just checked, like last time I checked, it was like 1,900 contracts on Flow mainnet. That's a lot of contracts in just 2 months, like that growth. That's
Yeah, actually, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool to see. And we can keep monitoring it thanks to Contract Browser and Lanford.
I love this.
But yeah, thanks for the workshop, Jacob. It was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for the contract browser stuff. That was fun, and I love that I can look up my name now.
You can look up anything.
Yeah. Wow, this Mindtrick website is cool. Anyways, yeah. All right, I'll see you all on Monday for chapter 3. It's probably my favorite chapter out of all. Thanks, Amethyst, for coming. Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.